Alright people, what's up and welcome back. It's been a while since I made a video because I haven't been very well again. So, the build has gone a little bit further than you lot have seen because I just have to come up here and clear my head and just work away, and making the videos, it's okay. It takes time and effort, and it just gets on me a little bit. So, this is where we are now. So the front end is pretty much all together, yeah? So everything's in there. The wipers are back in, fuel pressure regulator. The loom's sort of ran where it needs to be. Radiator's just sitting on its mounts for now. So all that is pretty much there, and it looks nice and clean, nice and tidy. Calipers are still not on. That's what we're going to have a look at now. I haven't done that. The inside is seats in, dash is back in. So that's coming together quite nice. It's nice and clean and tidy. The boot floor is in there, but it's not bolted down. I'll just put it in there out of the way. Clean the tank. So we've got to get that back out because I've got to bolt it back in. So what we're going to do first, we're going to have a quick look through these calipers. We're going to blow the pistons out. Give everything a good clean and get them back on them and get some brake fluid back in it. Because all the back's done. We can get some brake fluid in then. So I'm going to need this car out the way. The engine is being built now down MRM Speed Shop. And the pistons went in today. And he's doing all these plastic gauges, reeler gauges and all that kind of miserable archy. It's probably a week or so. We might have an engine back for this. My other bits are off the Vapor Blaster still. The gearbox is still in there. We do need to clean it. I'll give you a look. It's a bit there we go, look. It's a bit dirty. So this is still yet to be cleaned. Yeah. I might check the preload on the quaif as well. Just to make sure the bearings are still, you know, preloaded and all that. Right. So let's have a look at these calipers, shall we? I can't think of anything else to tell you. Everything's just been cleaned and put in where it needs to be honest. Right, let's have a look at this caliper, shall we? Right, so what we're going to do, blow the pistons out. We're not going to blow them out. All I want to do is position the pads in the middle whilst they're still in there. So the pistons only come out that far, yeah? And all we're going to do is put a little bit of air into the hole, and these should just move back. Technically, that is what they should do. Yeah? Unless they're seized, then they won't move. Whoop. Well, there's two out, look. You can see a little bit of mess on them, but the actual pistons themselves, because they're aluminium in these calipers, they're not so bad. I'm going to put this over the hole this time. Aha. Oh, there we go. So that one was stuck in. You see? You probably didn't see what. Yeah, one was stuck in. There you go. It'll be better for you, isn't it? So we're going to drop the split pins out now. Get the brakes, the pads out of the way. I've got new pins on order. I'm going to see what we can do with these pads. Just because the paint's flaked off doesn't mean the pads aren't any good. Yeah? These should have been, when I left them in, was Mintex. 01144s, or you know the ones I want about. Best ones you can get. It's what I've run in the race car, so these are a bit scruffed. But we can just clean these and put them back in for now until the new ones turn up. Yeah? So pads, I don't know, these are EBCs. These aren't the pads I put in here. Don't know what colour they are. They look black. So, a few chips on them, but the EBCs do like to chip. So, decision's still out on them. Yeah? I might just buy a new set of pads for it. You know, I don't really want to sell a car with questionable pads in. Do you know, people? Oh. Yeah, they've seen better days, haven't they? I think they might have to go for the cost of a set of pads. It isn't worth the hassle. Actually using brake and clutch cleaner on brakes. What's the odds of that? Don't happen very often. Them pistons, it's just rubbed straight off. No messing about. And the seals look good. Look really good in there. So that's the one side there, look, nice and clean. These pistons just gonna need a bit of clean with the brake cleaner, to be honest. There's not wrong with them, just where they've been sitting on the pads. I'll just run them on the sander, I think. But as in this is just dirt really on the piston. Give it a touch on the sander. Oh dear, sorry. This one's done as well. I'm going to get these ones back in. We've got to get the other two out. Which is where it becomes a little bit trickier. How much easier that slots in now. Which is where it becomes tricky. Because all it's going to want to do is push them ones out, not these ones. Ideally, you'd split the caliper and you get a piston puller, which goes in, opens up and pulls out. But I do not have one. Yeah, the other two are much stiffer in. Come on. Out you come. Right, gotta get them out now. Okay, now I don't even want to move. Oh, I got one. Two. Right, so we can push the clean pistons back. And start cleaning all this one. This side. There we go. Nice and clean again. Pop these in now. Nice and easy. Gotta get them in straight though. There you go. Right. Much cleaner, yeah? What do you think? So there's one. Right, I'll get you one done, shall I? Alright, so what I've done here, I've cleaned up the old pads nice and free, just so we can get them in the car and get some bleeding going on. New pins in there. Right, let's try and chuck these on the car, shall we? Take the wheels off, I think. You have to put an M10 washer in between that bracket and the caliper. I don't know why, but for some reason when you use the Metro setup, it needs it. It's just make it nice and tricky to get it all together. Yeah. The reason you have to put the washer in there is to try and help centralise the caliper on the disc. Click. Click. One down. One to go. Wheels are annoying me, they really need a refurb, but I don't want to spend the money because I'm trying to keep the car cheap. So, it's not costing the next person who buys it more money, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to make it a cheap car for somebody else. Well, I say cheap. It's starting to owe me a fair bit of dough anyway, but it's the difference between this being a £5,500 car to me getting it painted, doing the wheels, for it being a £10,000 car. And somebody else gets to put their stamp on it, don't they? Which is what I like. Yeah, I want somebody else to turn this into their car. Not me rebuild my old car, if you know what I mean. I always put new compression washers on my caliper bolts because simple, brakes are life, aren't they? Right, that's a good one. So that now means our full system is sealed. Let's check that one. Yeah. So, I do be thinking, put some brake fluid back in this. I've got to order some more .4, so I've run this car on .4. Oh, should I try it on my other stuff I use on that car? You know what, I might try it on the other stuff. My higher booster mini runs this. The AP 5.1. And it's got tilted masters on, so theoretically it should be fine. So quite a bit over the master cylinder here, so it should self-bleed quite nicely. That's a bigger spanner. I keep loads of this fluid knocking around. It's not cheap, but it's good stuff. Nice tight. Just checking. Go. Instantly. Nice fresh fluid. Yeah. Just fill it up with calipers. I'll do until I get a second set of hands.